All right, Chicago. Woo! The Bears are up against the Cleveland Browns week 3 as Justin Fields will make his first career start as an NFL player. And I'm scared shitless. Because if the offensive line does not hold up, we're in deep, deep trouble. But from what I understand, the offensive line has been playing very well the last few games. So, yet alone 2 games. As Santos kicks off, Cleveland will get the first possession of the game. I need to turn on the lighting. Holy hell. It is like very dark in here. It's like, oh, it doesn't look that bad. And then the minute I fix it, it's like, oh, dear God, it is like darker than a freaking vampire house in here. All right. So, to be quite honest, I don't expect this game to be all that like competitive as a lot of people think it will be. As Baker takes the snap, he will throw it long way. It is tipped off. It is an incomplete pass here to start the game. Yeah, I do not expect the Bears to just like completely run away with this. I do, however, expect the Bears to make this somewhat of a game, especially with all the momentum from last weekend. That defense played very well. Unfortunately, I was not able to stream it due to a lot of reasons. But was that Jalen Johnson who picked it off? Speaking of Jalen Johnson, he has been terrific. Easily the best corner for the Bears. As here we go, 2nd and 10. Baker takes the snap. He throws. It's incomplete. It was just Beckham Jr. was just well covered. He took it right off the snap. He immediately threw to Beckham, and it was just incomplete. It is an immediate 3rd and 10 for the Browns here. As the Bears are dealing with injuries, as a lot of football teams are. I know the Browns are also missing some people too, I think, on their offensive line. They don't have Eddie Goldman. I think Darnell Mooney was questionable. Or it was like a game time decision. We don't know. All right, 3rd and 10. Baker takes the snap. He's looking downfield. He throws. It's complete right to Beckham. It will be a 1st down right at the 37-yard line in Browns territory. So that was definitely a little bit of a shakeup there because the Browns looked like they were just well covered there, and they finally found something to work to get the 1st down here. Sheesh, this is kind of bugging me, not going to lie. I think I'm just going to make my camera a little bigger. Like that, I guess. It's just, that whole space is just bugging me. All right, he takes a snap. He gives it off to Chubbs. He gets about 2-ish yards. Chubbsy. It'll be a 2nd and 8 for the Browns. Oh, my goodness. So far, a very slow start to this game. I'm going to turn my mic up and sound a little quiet. All right. As the Browns, obviously have a lot of expectations this year. Many would argue they are a Super Bowl contender, which I can pretty much get behind. They improved their secondary. They have a lot of players returning. Beckham Jr. with his ACL tear last year, he's returning. And it looks like this is going to be another incomplete pass by Baker Mayfield. It'll be 3rd and 8. Baker Mayfield's returning. I mean, a lot of people have been kind of disrespecting him a little too much than what he deserves. I would still say Baker Mayfield is, if not at very top 10 quarterbacks, but like in that conversation, like you could argue him in the top 10. I'm not saying like he's like 6, 7, or 8. I'm saying like he's 9 or 10 at the highest. But, with that sort of momentum, with, getting your players back, with another year with the same roster as Baker is running. There's a lot of pressure. He's probably going to get the 1st down here, and he will. There is a flag, however. It looks like it was thrown around the offensive line. We'll see what the call is. It'll be a holding against the Bears, it looks like. So it'll be an automatic first down. Didn't matter, but they also get the 10-yard penalty. So that's a double whammy. I didn't necessarily see what number he said. I mean, I do have to kind of... Oh, it must have been on Jalen Johnson. All right, yeah, that's a hold. Fair call. I have nothing to complain about. As the Browns will be in Bears territory now at the 47. He takes it off, gives it to Nick Chubb. He's going to run to the outside, get nowhere. He might have gotten a yard out of that. Doesn't matter. It is still second down. Looks like it's a nice day here in Cleveland. I don't know the temperature. I thought they said it was about 71. Which is a comfortable temperature, especially for a football game. There's just so many people around you. You know, when you sit out in the sun, even when it is 70 degrees, the heat can weigh on you after a while. He gives it off to Nick Chubb again. Gets about 5-ish yards. It'll be about 3rd and 4 at, I think, the 37, 36-yard line. Sheesh. I don't know why I'm so picky today. Yeah. First 2 games of the season, Baker Mayfield has had an 81.6% completion rate, which is the high. I think they said it was the second highest in the NFL. And the Browns have also had 7 rushing touchdowns, which is the most in the NFL as of now. Obviously, that number might change within the next couple weeks. But they have improved the running game quite a bit. And, of course, Baker Mayfield has improved. Baker takes a snap. He throws to the left side. He's going to have a wide open. Oh, my goodness. He had Felton wide open. And he missed, so it'll be a 4th and 5. It looks like the Browns will punt here. Doesn't look like they're quite in field goal range. But yeah, if Felton caught that, he was gone. He was going to score a touchdown. 100%. Yeah, he was wide open. He beat Roquan Smith. I mean, you still had Johnson in the backfield, but even that, like, I don't know. You still had a wide open man. Oh, it looks like they are going to go for it. 4th and 5 for the Browns here. At the 38-yard line in Bears territory. As Baker takes another snap, he's pressured and he will be brought down. It looks like that is Robert Quinn with a huge sack as the Bears will take over here at the 40-ish yard line. It looks like he might have lost some yards there. That was a huge sack by Robert Quinn. He especially needs to show up. Because, oh my goodness, with that contract, he needs to do something. We're paying him like $30 million, man. It's ridiculous. That was a massive sack. That's one that I've said on record, and my friends can even approve of it, that the Browns just need to... the Browns need to be careful with the Bears defense because I would argue that the Bears defense is not necessarily elite. It is just... it's still a good defense, but it's not a defense that's going to completely stop everything. So now, but here's the crazy thing, is that now that the Bears will take over, Justin Fields is officially making his first career NFL start, which, like I said at the beginning of the stream, this does make me a little nervous because, again, I do not know how that offensive line is going to play out, and I made a video on it. Like, that offensive line scares me. It is very inconsistent. All of a sudden, they will be able to just hold back the whole entire Spartan army, and the other days they'll just let a beach ball just flow right by him. And it just, I understand that part of him is injured. I mean, Tevin Jenkins, I think, is trying to come back about week 6. So maybe then I'll feel a little bit more pressure because I think Tevin Jenkins will fit nicely along the left side. Because Fields might want to Fields might want to be more comfortable on that left side. I don't know. I'm just saying Tevin Jenkins was our second draft pick this year, which is something I highly approved of. I was jumping up and down because the Bears, even this year, only draft offensive linemen and receivers. I don't care. We have a quarterback. We have corners. We just need receivers. We need to draft a receiver and an offensive lineman. We need to build the team around our quarterback. He's a very young quarterback. 22 years old? He'll be 23, I think, by the end of the year. So we just need to completely we might have to make some moves this offseason. I mean, it's very, very early in the year, but we will see. So Justin Fields, he steps on to the field, making his first career NFL start. He played okay last week against the Bengals. He was like 5 for 12, like 90-something yards. He definitely he threw a really bad interception late in the game, and that was just bad. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears go deep here as Fields takes the snap. Montgomery runs to the outside. It looks like he will get a first down. They will already be in Browns territory. This is crazy. I honestly thought the Bears, just to shake up the momentum, they were just going to go, just throw it downfield, because that's what a lot of people do. That was a good run by Montgomery. Montgomery has been terrific for the Bears. I've always said he ran for over 1,000 yards last year. He's going to do it again this year easily, if he stays healthy at least. All right, Fields gives it off to Montgomery. Again, he will get about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 with 10:46 left to go in the first. The running game has always been strong for the Bears. They just need to capitalize on their quarterback and their receivers. So Matt Forte, just to name one. This is definitely a time you want to strike first after having a big sack like that on a 4th and 5. This is definitely something you want to make the Browns pay for, that decision. I mean, yeah, they definitely weren't necessarily in a punting range. All right, Fields takes a snap. He's going to run up the middle. Looks like he will get a first down, or he'll be just short, about a 3rd and 1. I think they are in field goal range. So if they do technically miss this, they can rely on a field goal. I think he was about the 31-yard line. Or no, I think 29. I can't quite tell. These camera angles are so weird. Justin Fields already looks good. He didn't really throw, but he's been doing something I've wanted Mitch Trubisky to do all this time, and that was to run, and Nagy just doesn't allow him to run, which is really just bad. Fields gives it off to Montgomery. He will go nowhere. It'll be a 4th and 2 at the 29-yard line with 9:22 left to go in the first. That wasn't necessarily a play I would have approved of. I definitely think the Bears could have passed there. Is Nagy just afraid to have Fields pass? Like, even though he was literally known for his passing? I don't know. I don't know, Nagy. I don't know what to tell you. We definitely could have passed there. It's something that necessarily they weren't expecting. It'll be a 4th and 2. I believe they're going to kick a field goal here. Yes, they are. It'll be about a 47-yard. Holy crap. A 47-yard attempt for Cario Santos. As the kick is up, and it is good. The Bears strike first. It is 3-0. That was a monstrous kick by Santos. I'm glad we paid this man in the offseason. Holy shit. That was a monstrous kick. It was almost right down the middle. I don't know how windy it is in Cleveland right now, but it didn't look that windy, but it was just a perfect kick. That was great. I think, the Bears scored first last week too. Sheesh. So far, not bad. Not bad at all. I don't know why Nagy was having Fields just run the whole time, giving it off to Montgomery. I already see tweets like congratulating Santos being so good. I'll also join that trend. Santos is good at kicking. There. Short, sweet, and to the point. So yeah, like I said earlier, I don't know why Fields was just not throwing. We definitely could have threw on that 3rd and 2, like just a little short pass to the outside, maybe a slant, like a short slant. I don't know, but it was just, I don't know. We definitely could have gotten more out of that, but I'll take a field goal on the first drive. We definitely needed to capitalize on that Browns aggression there, because that Robert Quinn sack was huge. Without that Robert Quinn sack, we probably wouldn't even have a field goal. And the Browns honestly could have scored. So the what if game continues to be crazy. Yeah, Bears Twitter is going crazy right now because Santos kicked a field goal. Yeah, I already see people trashing Nagy already, which again I don't know. It's just I don't know what he's doing. He just never disappoints on a 3rd and 4th. He just likes to keep it short. I don't know why. Like, can we ever take risks, especially early in the game when it's scoreless? Like the Browns just did it. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Nagy. You're just special, I guess is the right word. But again, I can't say that was a very bad drive, because that was good. Our running game was good, but like we definitely could have done something a little bit unexpected there. All right, as the Browns will take over, Baker gets it off to Chubb. He will get about 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Baker Mayfield, in terms of accuracy, has not been playing that great. He's 1 for 5, 13 yards. I mean, 2 of those throws were just like, what the hell are you doing? But one of those, I mean, just good coverage. Bengals and Steelers are playing. Still scoreless. I don't even think, did the Bengals have a home football game this year? Did they played week 1, right? And yeah, they played week 1 against the Vikings. Baker takes it off. He throws downfield, and again a flag. It might be a pass interference. I'm not sure. I don't know what the hell. Baker just looks so inaccurate right now. But let's see what the call is. It might be on Johnson for pass interference. I'm not sure. Oh, it might be roughing the passer. Oh, no. That'll be a first down then. An automatic first down. It's technically a personal foul. Yeah. That, holding on the defense. And then personal foul, roughing. Yeah, so it looks like it's 2. Well then, that's fun. The Browns will get an automatic first down here. I mean, I can't, like, there was a roughing the passer call last week against, was it Dalton? And it looked way later than that. Like, that was, like, literally as he threw it. He was already coming at him, ready to make the tackle. So, I guess good on Mayfield to get rid of it. I don't know. at the 42-yard line in Bears territory. Baker takes a snap. He runs off. He throws. Finds Felton again. And it looks like they will get another first down here. The Titans are up 7-0 on the Colts. 6:34 left to go in that first quarter. Bengals, Steelers still scoreless. I think the Cardinals and Chargers. I think they're playing the Chargers. I thought I saw it. So the Browns are officially in Bears territory on the 45-yard line. That's a false start. It looks like it might be on the Bears. Might be on Robert Quinn. Son of a bitch. Oh, I honestly thought it was on Robert Quinn. But again, I'm not the ref. It looks like it was on Joel Bitonio. Bitonio? Sorry if I butchered his name. That's why I can't be a teacher. I can't just read off names because I will most likely mispronounce them. So 2 for 26 with 26 yards on Baker. He looks to the left. He's going to have a wide open. I can't see who that is. Number 11. Oh, Peoples-Jones. Okay. Yeah, Yeah, he found him. He cleared out Vildor. Had a nice fair catch right by Eddie Jackson. So the Browns are looking to respond to the Bears field goal here. They are officially in field goal range at the 29-yard line in Bears territory. Baker takes a snap. He gets it off to Nick Chubb. Gets about 2 yards. The Bears have always had an effective red zone defense. I think they've had the best. I think they have allowed the fewest yards in the red zone, or the fewest touchdowns in the red zone last year in like the NFL. If not, they were definitely up there. So it literally just came down to the Bears just couldn't score. Like if the Bears could score last year, they would have definitely been a fierce competitor. But it doesn't work that way when you have a coach who likes to play it very, very, very safe on a 3rd and 4th down, not taking any risk. Baker takes a snap. He throws it off. It looks like he's going to find Beckham Jr. He's just short of the first down. It'll be about a 3rd and 1 at the 20-yard line. Yeah, he's down right at the 20. Yep. Beckham Jr. needs to stay healthy this year, hopefully. He's been struggling with injuries a lot the last few years. And who knows, last year, if they had Beckham, could have changed a lot of things. As they look to play a slant here, it goes right off to Felton again. He will get nowhere. That's huge defense by the Bears. He had a wide open area if it wasn't for, looks like Badley there. Yeah, it looks like they were going to run a slant right to the end zone. And Shelley was like, son. No way. A 4th and 1 for the Browns here. This would be absolutely huge if the Bears stop this. Oh my word, the pressure. Mack, is he going to bring him down again? Oh my goodness. Khalil Mack with a sack. I almost said another sack. I meant to say another 4th down sack. Holy Jesus. That offensive line on 1st down Khalil Mack just ran right through him. That is both times the Bears have sacked on 4th down, which is huge. So both Robert Quinn and Khalil Mack with a sack in this one. as the Bears will take over at the 20-yard line. So it's basically a kick return. I mean, a worse kick return. So hopefully Justin Fields will actually throw the damn ball.
Wait, Bears actually scored first?
Yeah, they did.
Man. Oh, you're streaming. I didn't.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, do you want me to join in at all or no?
You don't have to.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that Bears defense looked mighty hungry today. I said it before, that Bears defense is a little bit overlooked in this one. Like I said, I hope Justin Fields throws the ball. I honestly, after a play like that on a 4th and 1, see, the 4th and 5 was just like, oh, you know, whatever. But a 4th and 1 is like crazy. That's like a 80-something% completion rating, or like a conversion rating. I just can't speak today. Jesus. I'm a loss for words, man. Yeah, that just, I think Robert Quinn like unblocked off the edge on that first one. But then the first that just looked like the offensive line just lost him. Like Mac just ran right through him as Fields is sacked. Oh my word. He's brought all the way back. He's going to lose yards on this one. I don't even know what happened. I was speaking, and all of a sudden the TV came back from commercial, and Fields was getting sacked in the backfield. Yeah, that was 74 for allowing that. The pass rushing for the Browns has been better since this last year, so in both games this year. Fields will... Oh my word, what is going on? Montgomery gives it the 2nd and 20. Jesus, what is going on, man? That Browns defense was just blitzing, I think, on both plays. Yeah, Myles Garrett has been a huge part of this so far. We got 3 minutes left to go in the first. It's 3rd and 22. As the Bears are looking to go downfield here, Fields takes the snap. He throws. He finds Cole Kmet. He's going to get out to 30-yard line. The Bears are going to have to punt here, unfortunately. What? He threw the ball? That's what I'm saying in my head. Fourth and 11, as Pat O'Donnell will be the punter today, as he always has been. I just wonder how all the Bears tweets are coming, man. As Felton will take the kick return, he'll get about to the 23-yard line. As the Browns will take over. I think that's honestly the first kick return of this game. I think both kicks have been touchbacks. And then obviously the takeover on 4th downs with those sacks. As the Browns are going to take over again, the Bears defense has to come up big again, because You know, the Browns, after having those sacks, it still feels like the Browns have the momentum because that was definitely a huge like punch in the face. That first and second down was just abysmal. It was horrific. I also just got a tweet 30 in a row for Santos. That is a Bears record for most kicks consecutively. Even better than Robbie Gould. Yeah, it looked like Clowney was the man who I mean that Bears drive was probably over after the first down. Let's be real. He lost like 10 yards on that play. And then it was a little give off to Montgomery. Sheesh, man. It's just the Bears again, they do something good and then they immediately just throw it down to the ground. I'm also going to be trying to kick in for the Lions game. I think the Lions are playing... They're playing the Ravens. Yikes. That's a big yikes. The Ravens have been red hot. I mean, Lamar Jackson literally flipped into the end zone and hurt his back. That's still pretty impressive. Baker takes the snap. He's pressured. He's going to find... It looks like number 27... I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names. Even on the Bears team, I'm terrible with names. It's Kareem Hunt, Jesus. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah, even on the Bears teams, I have a hard time associating names with numbers. Like it's really with any team. I just like forget. Or, you know, Eddie Jackson changed his number. I'm like, who's number 4? It's Eddie Jackson when he was 39. Cardinals are up 7-0 on the Jags. Chargers and Chiefs are tied. Another pressure by the defensive line. It looks like Kareem Hunt will get another couple yards as a first down right at the 45-yard line. Baker Mayfield looks much better than what he did very early in this first quarter. He looked abysmal. Like, those were massive overthrows. And I don't know if it was just because he was well covered or, like, it just looked really, really bad. 1st and 10 on the 44. I don't even think Kareem Hunt's been used this much this game. All right, Baker gives it off. As he will get... I think he will barely get a first down here. He might have been pushed out right at the 9, as in like 9 yards. He's not at the 9-yard line. That would be scary. The Bills just scored a touchdown. It is 7-0. Wow, what a throw by Josh Allen. They're up 7-0 on Washington. Cardinals up 7-0 on, I believe... I didn't quite get the team. I caught it last minute along this the bar at the bottom of the screen. Seahawks and Vikings might be a little interesting, but I don't know if the Vikings, after a rough 2 weeks, they want to play the Seahawks right now. That'd be kind of crazy. But at the same time, I wouldn't really want to play them at the end of the year either. The goal of this game is to keep the Bears defense off the field as much as possible. That has always been a deal breaker this whole time. Because there's been times where the Bears defense plays good, but then they play too much. And then it just massively just gets worse and worse and worse as it goes on. Ravens and Lions are scoreless. 2 minutes left to go in that first quarter. So we have another commercial break. I believe it's the end of the first quarter for the Bears and Browns. Chiefs and Chargers end of the first quarter, still scoreless. Cardinals up on the Jags 7-0. Steelers are losing 7-0 to the Bengals. About 3 minutes left to go in that first quarter. The Steelers look very sus right now, let me tell you. And it's not just like Big Ben. It's just as a team. They look very sus. Giants are up 3-0 on the Falcons. Ending their first quarter just about now. Yeah, Bears Twitter's just going off right now. It's just like, oh, Nagy, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Like I'm telling you, it scares me to say this, but I honestly don't think Nagy is getting fired this season. Because if Fields looks good, if he looks good, they're going to be like, oh, it was just the quarterback this whole time. You know? And then they're going to be like, oh, you know, we can keep Nagy. You know? Baker takes a snap. He gives it off to Kareem Hunt again. He's going to get a first down just about the 34-yard line. Baker is 7 for 11 for 75 yards. Again, he's looked much better than what he has in the first quarter. Jesus. They can't keep the Bears defense on the field for so long. They only have a certain amount of energy per game, people. Here we go. 1st and 10, 14-20 left to go in the second. As he takes the snap, he looks. There's a bit of pressure. He's going to run to the outside. Looks like Baker might just run with it. He's going to get about 3 yards before he's pushed out of bounds. That was terrific pressure by the Bears defensive line there. As they've always had. They've always had great pressure this game. They have 2 sacks. 2 huge sacks, by the way, on 4th down. It looks like Mac's getting taken to the locker room. I really hope it's not what I think it is. I didn't necessarily see any play with Mac getting hurt. It might have just been off camera. He looks fine. It might just be banked up as he will take the snap, give it off to, looks like Kareem Hunt again. And he will get about maybe 1 or 2 yards. It'll be a 3rd and 4, I believe. Both teams have had big plays, but it only resulted in a field goal for the Bears. Losing Mac definitely can bring that. The Browns are killing them in yards. As Kareem Hunt will take it again, he will get a first down at the 22. There is a flag, however, I don't know who it would be on. Let's hear the call. Might be on Hakeem Hicks. it's going to be on offense. That is a huge holding call because that would have been a first down. So that'll be 3rd and 15. It'll be on the offensive lineman, Jack Conklin. Conklin? It's Conklin. Oh, yeah, that's a hold. That's a hold. I thought it was on Akeem Hicks. I thought Akeem was holding him, but it looks like it was your boy Conklin. Conklin. It's very hard to say that word without saying cock. 3rd and 15. That pushes them back to the 39-yard line. Baker takes the snap. He's looking downfield. He's going to throw. It's intercepted. Oh, he dropped it. That was an easy interception for Jalen Johnson, and he dropped it outside. Oh, word. That holding call was one thing, but that interception would have been absolutely massive. I think he would have been out of bounds either way, but that's still a huge defensive stop. It'll be 4th and 15. As the Browns will most likely kick a field goal. I don't see why they would go for it here on 4th down unless they're completely just insane. Yeah, they're going to have a 57-yarder. Why did they just cut to commercial break out of nowhere? Oh, it just cut out for me. Chase McLaughlin kicks it up. It looks like it will be good. As it is, it barely made it through the uprights. That's a huge kick for the Browns as they tie the game here at 3 apiece. That holding call was huge, though. And that Jalen Johnson, that like barely made it through. It probably had another 1 or 2 yards on it before it would have just dropped. Santos, I think, had a 47-yarder as McLaughlin at 57. So he's like, I can do better. Lions and Ravens under their first quarter, still scoreless. See, I'm having a hard time. I mean, I'm not disrespecting Lions fans, but I'm hearing a lot of them saying like, oh, we got Jared Goff, we're going to be better this year. And then it's just like, well, I honestly don't think so because you should be tanking. You should be trying to get a top 5 pick. Just because you draft Sewell, an elite offensive lineman, doesn't mean everything's just good. Because Jared Goff isn't that great of a quarterback either, I would argue. It's the reason why part of the reason why Sean McVay couldn't get it done in Los Angeles already. And now he's trying out Stafford, so who knows? But yeah, it's just like, I don't know why the Lions would try to be competitive right now. And that's no disrespect. It's just, they're still rebuilding. They need to add more pieces. Maybe Jared Goff with the right pieces, if you give him a good receiving core and DeAndre Swift looks great. He might look like the running back for the future there for the Lions. As I think the Bears play the Lions next week. I think they do. Yes, they do. At Soldier Field, too. So, yeah, if they can beat the Browns here and then beat the Lions next week, they'll be 3-1, which would be a huge start for them because they're going to have a very, very tough second half to the schedule. Because, let me pull it up. The Bears will play the Lions the next week, so the October 3rd. Then the Raiders the following week. Then the Packers for the first time. Then the Bucks, 49ers, Steelers, Ravens, and then Lions again. So out of that stretch, the Bears can only beat the Lions, the Raiders maybe, and just maybe the Steelers. And that's it. As a kick will be up, it looks like I can't see the number. He's just covered, but he's going to get brought down, I think, before the 20-yard line. The Bears need to wake up here. They need a response. They need a really good offensive drive here. Fields has only made one pass, and he completed it for 11 yards. That was to Cole Kmet on a third down in like the way backfield. As Fields will look to take a snap, it looks like it will be a running play to Montgomery. Yes, it will. Montgomery will take it, and he's stopped almost immediately. He will get 1 yard out of it. Can we, like, please throw the ball? I understand it's a first down in your territory. You know, you want to keep it a little safe here. You know, and again, the Bears' running game has been terrific, but not in this game necessarily, but just overall, the running game has been great. Fields looks a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie, but I get it. It's your first start. You know, you gotta get that plate off your shoulder one way or another. Fields is gonna get sacked again. Holy mackerel! The Bears' offensive line needs to wake up. Looks like it'll be by number 28. Yeah, the Bears' offensive line is trash this game. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm not going to try. I don't want to butcher it. It's a 3rd and 14 here. Fields will look to take the snap. Oh my word, this offensive line is dog shit. He will get sacked again. It's a 4th and I believe 16. I mean, hats off to the Browns defense. They're playing great, but you know, both defenses are playing great, but holy Jesus, man. Peters allowed that sack again. As the Bears will punt again. 10 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. It will get to about the 25-yard, as he will get about maybe 15, 14. There's a flag. I honestly think it might be a personal foul. That looked like unnecessary roughness there. You need to keep the defense off the field, and so far the Bears have done a terrible job at that. That we need to protect Fields. This is exactly what I've been worrying about this entire time, is that the Bears' offensive line is going to get Fields killed. And he's already been sacked 3 times. The flag doesn't necessarily matter. It'll just add yards. It is 3-3 with 10:13 to go here in the second quarter. I just want to hear the excuses, Bears fans. I want to hear the excuses. I made a video on this saying that the Bears' offensive line is very inconsistent. And if he gets injured, you will not see the rage that comes out of me. I'm not even kidding. Because who do we go to now? We go to Nick Foles, who everyone complains about. Nobody wants him to play. He's literally dressed up on the sideline. So Fields gets hurt. Like, and even if it's like a bad, like Joe Burrow bad, then I can't say I told you so. All right, hang on one sec.
There's food.
Sheesh. I honestly think this game should get Nagy fired on the spot because not only is he going to screw up the record, but he's also going to screw up Fields. And I said that in the video. I said Nagy is not a good coach. And one of the reasons why one of the reasons why the Bears will not do good this year is because of Nagy. And that's like a no-brainer. Anyone to know an ounce of football. I don't know how many times Nagy's going to run on a first down when it almost never works. I'm not saying that the Browns aren't playing good. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But the Bears have done a lot of decent football these last. And you could say, oh, you know, they're playing the Bengals. The Bengals aren't even that good. Even though I'd argue the Bengals they look kind of good in terms of their offense. Their offensive line still needs a ton of help. But they do have Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, who played in LSU together. So that chemistry is already there. And plus the other guys. Plus their running game has actually been pretty good. Second and 8. The Browns it'll be an incomplete. I don't know how many times Baker's just going to take the snap and immediately throw an incomplete. I don't know how many times. But it's going to be a 3rd and 8. I don't know what the hell Roquan Smith is so mad about. He's holding his arms up at the referee. I don't know what's going on. It looks like some frustration as Wills Jr. for the Browns seems to be hurt. But if we can get a quick 4th down here and a quick punt just to get it back into the offensive zone, sure. Oh, it looks like his knee. He's limping quite a bit. Ouch. But yeah, if the Bears can get a 4th down here and stop the Browns again, that'd be huge. Because, again, we need to keep the Bears. As the Browns look to convert this 3rd down, looks like they will run some slants to the outside. They're going to go deep with this one, I can already see. Baker takes a snap. He's got a little bit of time. He's going to throw. He's going to find. Is that Odell Beckham Jr.? No, it's not. It is 82 Higgins. I knew they were going to go deep here because the Bears were in that same situation. They just, Montgomery. Here. That was a nice tackle by Eddie Jackson. He was covered pretty well. It was a terrific catch by Higgins, but, you know, the Bears defense can only do so much. Like, they just need to keep the defense off the field, and they're not doing a very good job at that. Baker takes the snap. He's looking. He will find Higgins again. Get about to the 50-yard line. As he is stopped by Ogletree. I think it's just Ogletree. It's literal sounding. He had Odell Beckham Jr. like double covered wide downfield, which is honestly a smart play by the Bears defense. They're covering their best receiver. They're double covering. Baker is 9 for 15 with 99 yards. He will give it off. That might be a horse collar, honestly. It doesn't look like... Can we tackle? Jesus. I honestly thought that was a horse collar there, but it doesn't look like it is. Yeah, Mac is limping. That doesn't look good. Mac could be hurt. It was a missed tackle by 99. And there was like all of a sudden 4 Bears on him. Honestly, the Bears defense looks dead tired right now. 1st and 10 for the Browns. 7:33 left to go in the second quarter. Baker gives it off to Chubb. He's going to try and maneuver. He will not get past the line of scrimmage. It'll be a 2nd and 11. The Browns have all the momentum right now, I would say. I mean, they're in their home stadium. They made 2 big plays. And that Bears defense has just been on the field. I honestly think the Browns, like if you were to tie the Browns' possession, the Browns have probably 70% of the game's possession. Baker takes a snap. He looks like he's got time. Oh, now he's getting pressured. It looks like he's going to get brought down. No, he's standing on his feet. He's going to throw. It's an incomplete. There is a flag, however, in the backfield. It's probably going to be on the Bears. It might be roughing the passer, honestly. He does not look happy. That was a good balance. Yeah, okay, yeah, there was a little bit of a push off there. It's going to be a 3rd and 11. I don't know if there's a flag or not. Is there? Because I didn't hear any call. I might have seen there was a little bit of roughing the passer at the very end there, but that little shove there, but then it was the shove after. That's where it was like, okay, yeah, no. It doesn't look like there's a call. I honestly could see a little bit of roughing the passer there, but it's 3rd and 11 here at the 37-yard line in Bears territory. And honestly, it would be huge if the Browns get a touchdown here. Baker takes a snap. He's got some pressure. He will get sacked by Edwards Jr. This is literally going to come down to who is the best offense. It's just going to come down to who can score. Because both teams have had, 3-4 sacks apiece? This is a heavily defensive game. That was a great push through by Edwards Jr. That kid is really developing into something, man. He's been very good this season so far. As the Browns will punt here on a 4th and 20 with 5:50 left to go in the second quarter. Now, for the love of God, can we at least get something? Can we at least get to the 40-yard line? And he's going to drop it. Oh, no. That might... Okay, the Bears do have it, it looks like. That was a little bit of a scare there. The pass returner, or the kick returner, kind of stumbled at it. It looks like the Bears have it, though. But that still was very scary. I don't know what the hell that was. Oh, my goodness. Number 15. It looks like they're giving new kids kick returns here, excuse me. Still 3-3 here to go. Oh, I did not change that. Whoops. That's a big oopsie. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. I think a lot of you listening will at least understand, hey, it's the second quarter, Tim, you dumbass. I understand that. So my biggest takeaway here is that the Bears need to pass here. They need to pass. They need to have a 5+ yard throw to just get something. I know they don't have Darnell Mooney. I know they don't have, I don't think they have Goodwin either. So I understand they're trying to rely more on their running game. I completely understand that. But to then turn around and run on a first down when it doesn't work, or it hasn't been working that efficiently. I think there was only one time this whole game it actually worked, and I think it was a first down conversion. So it was like, can we do something different? Can we take risks? Can we just sit down and think about what we're doing before we actually do it? And can we look at it and analyze, like saying, hey, the Browns defense is much better this year. Can we do something? And I get it. The secondary has been much better with limited receivers. However, you have to do something. You can't do the same play over and over again. You cannot do it. I've said that in the past videos, and I've said it in conversations before. You cannot run the same exact play. You need to change things up. Fields still only has one pass this whole game, and at least it was a completion. So offensive line, I'm counting on you, man. You need to step up. They're definitely bolstering the offensive line here. Fields looks. He will throw to Darnell Mooney. It looks like he is in. It's about an 8-yard throw. Hey, Nagy is finally listening. He's finally listening. Fields definitely has time in the pocket there. Definitely a little bit more time. See, the Bears and Browns both have 3 sacks apiece, as I said. So it's literally going to come down to who has the better offense. Who can score a touchdown first? Literally all it's going to come down to. Fields gives it off to Montgomery. He will get a first down right about the 34-yard line. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Come on. Bears need to wake up. It has nothing to do with Fields. It has nothing to do with, the receivers, nothing. The offensive line and Nagy have just been god-awful. And it hurts me to say this because I actually tweeted out. I said, hey, the Bears' offensive line looks good. They actually look good. Even against the Rams, against pass rushers like Aaron Donald, who's arguably the best in the game, which, I don't think anyone can disagree with. Fields takes it off. He will throw. It might be a completion here. I don't quite know if Allen Robinson was out of bounds. It looks like it will be. So that's another first down for the Bears. Right at the 44-yard line. As Fields takes the snap, he gives it off. He's going to overthrow it over Darnell Mooney. It will be... Wait, I'm confused. The scoreboard's screwing up right now. I think it's a 3rd and 1 now. They didn't update the 2nd and 1 until in the middle of that play. I thought it was a first down. Apparently not. So it's a 3rd and 1. As Fields will look to convert this first down. They've been 0 for 3 this game. Part of it is due to the offensive line. Most of it is actually due to the offensive line. As it looks like, oh, that's a false son of a bitch. That might be a false start on Keith there. Yeah. Son of a bitch, people. Can we, play some football without screwing up? The Chargers are up 14-0 on the Chiefs. That's a surpriser. Holy God almighty. Bills are up 21-7 on the Washington football team. I think it was midway through the second quarter. Titans are up 14-7 midway through the second quarter against the Colts. As here we go. Justin Fields takes the snap. He's looking. He doesn't have a lot of time. He's going to run with it, and he's not going to go anywhere. Honestly, I might go for it here. It's 4th and 4, I believe. I think he got a yard. Myles Garrett has been absolutely monstrous for the Browns here. He's just been tearing that offensive line up. Look at it. Keith literally just allows him. Hey, Myles. There you go. Just go ahead. Take out my quarterback. Take out the future of this franchise. I honestly would go for it here. I'm not even kidding. It's a 4th and 6. It's in their zone, but it's the end of the second quarter. But it looks like they won't. Pat O'Donnell will punt it. I mean, that's definitely an improvement. It looks like number 25, Felton, will take the return. He will get to about the 22-yard line as the Browns will take over. With 2:54 left to go, there is a flag. I don't know who it would be on. I didn't see any massive plays. It might be on the Browns here. I don't know. It looks like all the momentum. Yeah, it is on the Browns. So they will lose some yardage on this kick. It's an illegal block by MJ Stewart Jr. They will lose some yardage here. I think about 5 yards. They need to just get in and off the field. In and off the field. Do not allow them to convert a first down. Get just in and out. The ball is on the 11 in Browns territory. This is the farthest the Browns have been back all game. Baker Mayfield is 9 for 16 with 99 yards. So that's a completion rate of like a little bit over 50%. So about league average. As Baker is going to run the play clock a little down, he will give it off to Nick Chubb. He will break through and get a 5-yarder run there. As the Browns, I mean, honestly, just look to run out the clock. And maybe get a score here as the second quarter ends. So they'll be up going into the second half. .69 rushing yards for the Browns to the Bears 30. The Browns have just been killing them in yards, both passing yards and rushing yards. But the Bears defense still has only allowed them to a field goal, so you still got to tip your hat off to them as Nick Chubb is stopped again with 1 yard. It is a 3rd and 5 as we approach the 2-minute warning. So again, you can't say Fields is playing bad. It's just as the Ravens finally broke the scoring of the Lions. It is 3-0 with 6 minutes left to go in the second quarter. The Ravens have the ball now on their own 35. My friend betted on the Falcons to beat the Giants. That's not very ideal, to be quite honest. I see why he's doing that, but the Falcons are just hot trash. Like everyone was saying, oh, the Falcons drafted a really good tight end in the first round, which is probably I understand they need a tight end, but there's bigger issues on the team, like defense. I mean, the Bears literally came back from like 16 points with like 4 minutes left to go in the game last year. That was when Nick Foles made his Bears debut, and he had an immaculate game. But the Falcons need defense. They need defense more than anything. This is a very long 2-minute warning. I think we're pushing 5 minutes, man. Chargers are still up 14-0 with their 2-minute warning passing. Cardinals are still up 7-0. A minute left to go in their second quarter. Bills 21-14. So the Washington did respond. It was 21-7 not too long ago. As here we go, Browns 3rd and 5 at their own 16-yard line. With the 2-minute warning, here we go. Baker fakes it off to Chubb. He will throw downfield. He's well covered. I don't know how he made that catch. That is very good. It honestly looked like a little bit of a push-off. But I won't say anything nonetheless. Peoples-Jones with a terrific catch there. Donovan Peoples-Jones. That is a crazy name. Yeah, it wasn't Johnson, but it was someone else who had him well covered and then just kind of let loose. As Kareem Hunt takes the ball, he will get a first down here at the 47. They're almost in Bears territory. As Baker takes the snap, he finds Kareem Hunt wide open in the midfield. He will get about to the 40-yard line before he is taken down. That will be another first down for the Browns. First down, Brown. Yeah, it looks like the Browns might get a field goal here with their momentum. Which, honestly, if you just allow a field goal, that'd be crazy. Unless you do have another 4th down sack. Yeah, I honestly think Nagy on his next run should maybe roll Fields out a little bit. Maybe see how that goes. Like, the Bears are just not extending the pocket either. They're just not doing it. I mean, they did it a little bit on the last drive, but that pocket is just incredibly small. Like, honestly, this is aiming more and more towards Nagy being just worse and worse and worse. Like, honestly, for me, this is a type of game that Nagy should get fired on the spot. Baker takes a snap. He gives it off to Higgins at about the 32-yard line. It'll be a 2nd and 4. As the Browns, I think, are officially in field goal range. McLaughlin, their kicker, had a 57-yarder to put 3 points on the board. They're only 3 points. A 57-yarder. That is just nutty. And I'm sorry, that wasn't Higgins. That was Hooper. I'm sorry. I thought I saw Higgins there. It was Austin Hooper, a tight end out of Alabama Birmingham. Or no, Stanford, I'm sorry. This list is very compacted together. Here we go. 2nd and 4 for the Browns. 55 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Kareem Hunt takes it. He will break a tackle. He will move the chains across the way. It is another Browns first down with about 48 seconds to go. It looks like it will be a timeout here for the Browns. As they will use their second of 3 timeouts. Baker takes the snap. It's picked off. Oh. Gibson almost had an interception. He completely picked off the pass. That might actually help the Browns to take a little bit of a breather here. That was a big stop for the Bears there, but that might help for the Browns in the long run. Baker takes the snap. He gives it off to Kareem Hunt. He will... Jesus, man. This Bears defense is just dead tired. I think the Browns are averaging about 6-7 yards per play. It is ridiculous. Kareem Hunt is just absolutely demolishing this defense right now. They have not used Beckham Jr. I guess he's just well covered every play, which is smart. I mean, you definitely want to expose the depth of the Browns, but it turns out the Browns have decent depth. 3rd and 1 here with 36 left to go in the first half. This is a very long first half, I got to tell you. Probably the longest of the season so far. I felt like the Bengals and Rams were just like first and second quarter just ran right by. Might want to put up a poll here. As he takes the snap, he gives it off to Nick Chubb. He will move the chains across the way. Browns are just taking their time here. Looks like they're going to rush onto the field again. There's the new poll. Read it and weep. .23 seconds left to go in the first half. Browns are just taking their time. They are definitely getting a field goal out of this. They're at the 14-yard line, 13-yard line. Baker throws. It will be caught in the end zone by Hooper. It'll be a touchdown for the Browns. Austin Hooper, the tight end. I think that might be his first touchdown of the year. I'm not sure. I was definitely hoping for at least a field goal. As he will kick it up. It is good. It is now 10-3 Browns with 19 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Sheesh, man. This is just bad. This is just bad. I mean, Browns are playing great. I mean, they're holding them to only 10 points, so that is good. Especially with how sloppy Baker was playing in the first couple minutes of the game. Depending what the Bears do here, I might just cut the thing right now. This is nuts, man. I mean, if you really think about it, the Browns are killing us in both passing and rushing yards, and we're only still down by 7. So That is still very good, though. As it is kicked up. He will return it. I don't know why they're allowing a return here as he will get to the 40-yard line. They call a timeout. There is a flag that will stop the clock. Honestly, they could make something happen. If they can get into field goal range, like could just have a deep Hail Mary pass, get into field goal range, they can make something happen here. Herbert had a really good run there. Not Justin Herbert. It's the Bears' Herbert. It's a personal foul. Looks like on the Bears. On Jesse James, I don't know what the hell he was doing. But that will bring them back 15 yards, pretty much right about the kick return. So all hope for field goal range right now is kind of dead. As Montgomery will just run it. Honestly, just burn the clock out. See, if we had that 40-yarder there, we honestly could have maybe gotten a field goal out of it. But, oh well. 3-10, Cleveland to Chicago, as it is halftime now. So I am going to take a break, as if they are, as like right now my biggest takeaways: offensive line, dog shit. Coach Nagy, even more dog shit. That's pretty much it. It really just comes down to that. If the offensive line for the Bears was better, they actually, it could be 10-6. It could be 10-10. It could be 14-10. As long as that Bears offensive line is still playing that way, there's no way. With the pass rushing on the Browns, there's no way. But honestly, I'll take it. The Jaguars are up 13-7 on the Cards. It was 7-0 for the longest time. But anyways, I will take a break. I will see you guys in a couple minutes. Alrighty. We are back. And I don't know what to think of this. Gonna be honest, I went downstairs and I saw some of the highlights, and Jaguars had a kick return, like a 109-yard kick return. Holy shit, man. Oh, the Chiefs are losing to the Chargers. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on right now that just doesn't seem right. And I'm not saying, like, oh, the Bears should be beating the Browns. I told my friends, I'm like, hey, I really think the Bears can beat the Browns as long as the offense holds up. And so far, not really. But I would more blame Matt Nagy, as I've always have, because I don't know how many times I have to say this, but it is not the overall team exactly. It is just the head coach. The head coach right now has been very lackluster. And honestly, I would argue the Bears could be a playoff team if they had a good head coach. Like, I'm not talking about like a Chiefs, Bucks Super Bowl contender. However, the Bears will receive in the first. They will have the first possession in the second half. So they need something to just wake up, just say, hey, let's play nice. Let's play a little bit out of expectations, but also be very careful with what we're doing. Because, again, you can't actively say that, oh, Fields is just playing bad, that he's just not throwing well, because you can't say that. It is literally impossible to argue that point. However, that offensive line is just bad. It's just really bad. They've allowed 3-4 sacks today already, So here we go. Enough of me monologuing. Fields will take the snap of the second half. He will throw. It is incomplete. I don't know why he's trying to find Cole Kmet in triple coverage, but whatever. I guess it's just a little warm-up throw, I guess, just to kind of throw incomplete. It was up the middle, so that's a bit of a risky pass. All right, here we go. Fields at their own 25-yard line will throw, and it is incomplete again. I think it was Cole Kmet again was stumbling to have that pass. Oh, it was Darnell Mooney. It was number 58, Malcolm Smith. Not 58, 56. He was well covering Darnell Mooney. So it's already 3rd and 10 with not even less than 14:50 to go here in the third quarter. Fields looks. He doesn't have a lot of time in the pocket. Jesus Christ, man. This offensive line is so trash. It's so bad. Like, we're not extending the pocket. We're not maneuvering. We're not doing anything. Like, Fields is here to die. He's here to die. Like, Fields is going to die today. And he just has to pick his poison. Whether it's Myles Garrett, whether it's Joe Smith, Joe Jackson, whether it's anyone. Like, it is just absolutely horrific. This is easily the worst football the Bears have played all year. I know it's only 3 games, but still. Oh, my word. Those of you who tuning in, I am so sorry. – 14-7, Bengals, Steelers at halftime. My allergies are kicking in. Falcons are up 7-6 at the half for the Giants. Ravens are up 10-0 on the Lions at the half. As Nick Chubb will receive a snap, and he will go nowhere, literally nowhere. 2nd and 10 for the Browns. It's just it's not even necessarily that the Bears can't score, okay? Because we know the Bears just can't score. It's just the fact that the Bears defense has been on the field for about 85% of the game. Like, how would you feel being a member of the Chicago Bears defensive team and you've been on the field for so long because your offense can't hold the weight? Like, wouldn't that make you just a little frustrated? Mack is back on the field. That's good. So Baker Mayfield will avoid a sack. He will get about 4 yards there. It's 3rd and 6. Like, it's just so frustrating for the Bears. If I was a member of the defensive team on the Bears, I would be just as frustrated because that is ridiculous. I'm not saying you gotta call people out and be toxic and bad, but all I'm saying is you gotta at least be like, hey, like, guys, come on, we can get in this. You know, we're holding one of the best offenses in the league to only 10 points right now. Like, there's got to be some sort of positivity there as Baker takes a snap. He's got plenty of time in the pocket. He will throw downfield as it will be complete right to Odom Beckham Jr. I think at about the 15-yard line in the Bears zone. Jalen Johnson had good coverage, but he was just open enough for just a split second to make that catch. It seemed like Jalen Johnson lost his footing a little bit. He had to kind of turn his body to face the play. So Odom Beckham Jr. has only had 3 receptions at 46 yards, so he's averaging more than 15 yards a reception, which is good. But that's what the Browns use him for. It's just downfield stuff. As Chubb will take a snap, and looks like he will lose a yard here. If not, just stay where he's at. He didn't gain anything, that's for sure. 16 for 25 for Mayfield at 192 yards with a touchdown to Austin Hooper. 16 for 25 is, I believe, it is like a 67% completion rate. I believe. It is a 64, so I was off a little bit. As Nick Chubb will take another run here, he will run to the outside, get about to the 11-yard line. There is a flag. I didn't see anything spicy, but I'm not the refs. That is not my job. I'm just here to watch the football game. We will see what the flag is on. Holding on the Browns. So they will lose 10 yards here. It's Joel again. That's his second holding call, I believe. Or no, I think he had a... Was it a legal block? I don't know. But this is definitely his second penalty of the game. Number 75, Joel Bitonio. It's super Italian. That's for sure. Here we go. 2nd and 20. Baker takes a snap. He is pressured again. It looks like he will be sacked. I don't know if it's by Mack or Edwards Jr., but again, the Bears defense coming up huge. It might have been Mack. Looks like he's playing hurt, honestly. He's kind of limping on the field. That will be his second sack. Either if it's Robert Quinn or Khalil Mack, it is both their second sack of the game. It will be on Mack. Mack with 2 sacks already. 3rd and 30 for the Browns. We might be able to only allow them a field goal if we just keep pushing them back. They're definitely going to go for the end zone here, I believe. Or at least get close enough to where they can try to convert a 4th down here. It's going to be a deep pass. Yeah, Bears corners are well backfield. Baker, he's pressured again. He's running to the outside. He's just going to run out of bounds, gain about maybe 9, 10-ish yards. It'll be 4th down. The Browns will look like it will be a field goal here for the Browns. I don't know if... McLaughlin had a 57-yarder and then obviously an extra point this game. He has not been on the field that much. Not a bad run by the Browns here. It was a little bit frustrating as I keep saying Mayfield. McLaughlin will have a 41-yard attempt. It is good as gold. 13-3 Browns at the 9:32 marker of the third quarter. So once again, the Bears need to respond, whether it's a field goal, whether it's a touchdown, whether it's anything. They need It's like, here's the other thing I don't understand, okay? Why are we keeping Fields in the pocket when our offensive line has been this bad? Like, have we ever thought about adjusting? Have we ever thought about making the right plays at the right time? Like, that's all I'm saying. I know maybe beating the Browns is a little bit unattainable. However, we can at least go out strong and make it a game. You know, I don't want to lose 27-3 when we were in that game for probably a good couple minutes in that first half. You know? Like, again, Bears Twitter right now is just bad. Sheesh. Does anyone know when Blackhawks and Bulls season start? I know the Cubs will end their season next weekend. They have to play the Cardinals in Busch Stadium. They have to play the Pirates one last time. They're playing I'm trying to remember, the Cardinals today in Wrigley for one last time. Their one last home game at Wrigley, all the way until March or April of next year, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. But it will be our first, this is obviously a regular year, but, because we haven't played any other division other than the AL Central, we'll actually play the Yankees and the Red Sox and the Rays. I think we have the AL East next year. At least I think we should. When the year COVID broke out, I think we were supposed to have an AL East schedule, and then we were realistically supposed to have AL Central this year. So it did kind of work out, but last year was a bit clunky, obviously. All right, here we go. The Bears will receive the kick here, as McLaughlin will make the punt return. It is caught. As he's letting him run here, he will get about the 23, 24-yard line. That you might as well just took a knee there. But sure, it works. The Bears will look to bounce back here. Here we go. The first play. Fields will take it to Montgomery. Montgomery will get about 2 yards. He was down right at the 25. Fields is 3 for 6 for 29 yards. Sacked 4 times. Jesus Christ. That is... I don't think I've ever seen numbers like that. Not even with Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles. I don't think I've ever seen numbers like that. And again, that has nothing to do with Fields. Fields, sure, could be more accurate, but, when he's only got a specific amount of time in the pocket, he's got to make a decision 3 times as fast. Unless you're Nagy and you keep him in the pocket like a big fat dum-dum. Fields will run. He's throwing. It will be incomplete. It was well covered. He was trying to foul Marquise Goodwin. And if he caught that, that would have been a first down. That was really good coverage by Newsome. I think he was their draft pick this year. I believe so. I don't remember. I remember a Newsome, unless that's the Bears Newsome. I'm trying to remember things. 3rd and 8 for the Bears here at the 25-yard line, as they're setting up slants on the outside. Fields is running for his life, and he will be tripped up. Good Lord. This is absolutely terrible. Myles Garrett, it's just practice for him at this point. When you have that freak of nature on your defensive line, it's just, there's not much you can do about that. I don't want to say I'm giving up yet, but it looks pretty horrendous. Like the Bears can't even get past the 50-yard line. They did earlier, as it looks like, I don't know if Nick Chubb was running there, but again, the Bears defense right back on the field because again, we can't keep the offense on the field for more than 5 minutes. It's just it really could be a game if we at least just keep the offense on the field, but this has nothing to do with Fields. Almost nothing to do with him. Sure, he can always play better. He's not perfect, but you can't just turn around and be like, "Oh yeah, it's everyone." No, it's just bad. Checking scores right now. Colts are down 13-14 to the Titans. Excuse me. Saints are killing the Patriots right now, 21-3. 27-14 Bills to Washington. I think this game is long over. I feel the Browns just have all the momentum. It's just pure and utter dominance on the defensive side of the ball. Like Nagy just does the most predictable play calls imaginable. Who knows? I might just stream tonight on Twitch. If you will, I think I left it in the description below if you want to follow me. It's no worries if you don't. Oh, good Lord, what does that sound? Oh, okay. It was an ad. Yeah, Myles Garrett, this is a career high for him because it's 3.5 sacks today. As Baker will take a snap, it looks like Chubb won't get anything here. It's just, again, I don't want to be a quitter, but it's just this game looks over. It just does. Like, all the momentum on this Bears team is just dead. It is just dead. Like, even if we try, even if the Browns do give us an interception, even if they do, like, make something happen, it doesn't matter because the Browns will just come back the very next play and just do something even better than that. It's just... He's too safe. Keith, that's the problem. He's too safe. He tries to be smart, but also just very dumb. Like, it's like, oh, first down on a kick return, on a massive kick return. run the ball, go nowhere. Then the next play, run the ball again to the same exact spot, right into Myles Garrett. As it looks like another sack here for the Bears by Edwards Jr. Holy God almighty, it's just defense. This game is just all defense. And it's coming down to who has the better offense, which is just the Browns. The Browns are the better offense right now. It's clear as day. Both offensive lines have been pretty bad. It's a 4th and 10 here. That was honestly, I'll commend them. That was a very good play. We definitely are getting the Bears offense back on the field. I just want them to do something. That's all I want. Just do something. Prove us wrong, as he is brought down at the 30-yard line as the Bears will take over. 5:45 left to go in the third quarter. $13 to nothing, Ravens-Lions. Their third quarter just started. Looks like Lamar is having a day over there, as he should be. Speaking of the Lions, the Bears play the Lions next week, which honestly might be a game, because so far every stream I've done, they've lost. So maybe just next week we get a win, but I honestly thought the Bears could at least maybe upset them just because the defense. But I don't know why. Again, I don't know why Nagy is still keeping him in the pocket. Just cut the pocket altogether. Like, remember that Bucs game last year, the Bears and Bucs? And, like, Nick Foles had literally no time in the pocket whatsoever. Like, not even 2 seconds. And the defensive line was already in Nick Foles' face. Like, why not we just do that? Why not we just make quick little throws or just, maybe do a run option? I don't know. But we need to adjust somehow. And it isn't, we can't, you seriously can't go out there with that same exact playbook. There's just no way. After having 2.5 quarters of just pure and utter dominance on the Cleveland defensive side, there's no way you're looking at, Yeah. And the sad thing is, Keith, I honestly don't think Nagy will get fired this year. I think it's going to wait all throughout the season, because you know what? If the Bengals, like last week with the Bengals, if Fields looks good, it's just going to be like, oh, it's just a quarterback issue. Oh, it's just this. Why didn't we figure it out all along? It was Mitch Trubisky. It's like, no, it is 100% the play calling. And I'm not saying Mitch Trubisky was the best quarterback in the world, because he wasn't. He did have a lot of flaws and didn't deserve to be the second overall pick. However, you got to at least take chances here. Like you said, I do agree with you, man, because you can't make those same plays. You're down 13-3. You got to change something up. You only have a quarter and a half left to go. You need to do something different. As here we go. Oh, look, Justin Fields is 10-0. 10-0 in the state of Ohio. Yeah, that'll help me. That'll just change the mood altogether. As the Bears are on the 31-yard line. I don't know what they're running here. They might run a run here on a first again. They're going to fake it. Fields, Myles Garrett, Graham, incomplete. Once again, Myles Garrett is just continuing to be a freak of nature. I don't know why that's still up there. 2nd and 10, 5:40 left to go in the third quarter. Fields takes the snap, throws. Oh my word, what was that to? What was that to? I don't even think anyone was paying attention. Like, I'm so confused. Like, what was that too? Oh boy. I know some Cleveland Brown fans are cheering for Justin Fields just because, a lot of Ohio State fans. Fields takes the snap, throws. It is complete. Holy Jesus, Allen Robinson. He will fight for it. He will get just short of the 50-yard line. I think that's Fields' first completion in like a quarter. But again, part of that isn't anything to do with him. But that last throw was abysmal. It was bad. Like, if you're a receiver, this has to be a very boring day for the Bears. Fields throws again, finds Montgomery for about a 5-yard throw, as it'll be second down and I believe 6. I couldn't quite tell if he got 5 or 4 there. Wait, are they saying it was incomplete? Interesting. Let's see this. Oh, okay. I didn't see the hand on Montgomery. Okay. Yeah, that's an incomplete. It just, from the camera angle, it looked like he caught it fair and square. All right, 2nd and 10 on the 49-yard line. Fields fakes it off. He will run, get just to the 50-yard line. Again, I don't know what the hell these play calls are. It's like trying to solve advanced calculus at this point. It's just, you don't know. You just don't know. I just want to know when Blackhawks and Bulls season starts, because at least those teams are somewhat competitive. And they do look fun this year. The Bulls and Blackhawks are going to be at least much better than they were last year. That's for a fact. All right, Fields takes the snap. He's got no time whatsoever. Cole Kmet, sorry. There is a flag, though. It looks like it was done right as Fields threw it. Looks like it's going to be holding on the Bears. Son of a billy goat. Could be different, though. The refs are talking. Yeah, that's a I don't know. That does look more like a hold. Honestly, I'd go for it at this point, to be quite honest. Yeah, Jason Peters got a holding call. Fields is 4 for 11 with 47 yards. That is horrific numbers when you look at it, but there is some context to it, as there is a 3rd and 19 here. 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Fields has time, actually. Holy hell. Fields, he's got to find some open man. He's throwing downfield. Holy hell, if he catches this, it is intercepted. There is a flag. It might be pass interference he was thrown towards there, but it looks like it is a pass interference because the Browns aren't celebrating. If that is a pass interference, that is huge. I mean, he did push off a little bit. That was a push off, just a little bit. Definitely had his left arm up too. Yeah, I could say that's a little sus. Yeah, it might be pass interference here. That's the only other play it could be. The flag threw it immediately as it was intercepted. But if that's a pass interference, it would be put on the spot of the foul. Yes, it is pass interference, so that is huge. So that means the ball goes all the way to the spot of the foul, so they're going to be in the red zone right now. That's a huge momentum changer. Come on, Bears, let's go. Fields actually had time on this play. He had like a good 5, 6, 7 seconds before the Browns' defensive line was already on him. As it is 12-yard line for the Bears. They definitely get a field goal here, but we need a touchdown. We need something. As Montgomery will run up the middle, get about 5 yards. All right, there you go. Come on. Let's go, Bears. Come on. This is the most hype I've been all game. I've been tired of watching this shit. Come on, man. Get Fields his first actual touchdown. Not him running to the right side and getting running in for the end zone. Like, I want an actual passing touchdown. Get his first career passing touchdown. Or I don't remember if he had one last week. I don't think he did. Like a passing touchdown. All right, here we go. Fields takes it. He's got no time whatsoever. He's just going to lose his balance and fall right at the 15-yard line. He will lose yardage here, which does suck balls. But, I mean, Harrison Jr. was on him so badly. That could have been a lot worse. So, honestly, it was kind of good for him that he did lose his balance there. It's just rookie mistakes, man. It's really all it is. All right, come on, man. Here we go. 3rd and 13. At the 15-yard line for the Bears. They need something here. Fields gets throws right to Montgomery along the outside. He does get a block. He is very short. I think he's 1 yard short of the first down. They might want to go for it here. I mean, why the hell not at this point? Because you're only 1 yard away, and the end zone's right there. So even if you do just do a cute little pass to the outside, come on, man. We need some sort of momentum changer here. It's a 4th and 3. You might as well go for it. No, they're just going to kick a field goal. Son of a bitch, Nagy. You better have. That was the longest offensive possession the Bears have had all game. So I guess whatever, but as they will kick, and Santos, it's good. That is 31 consecutive kicks for Santos. That is a record. That pass interference call was huge, though. That was a huge pass interference call because that pretty much allowed them to score. I mean, I guess. We're only down by a touchdown now, but even that is just... All right. He's switching to golf. That's probably a better option there, bud. You'll get as much as production. I mean, this is the type of game that gets him fired on the spot. But, again... Eric Bieniemy? But I would want, because he is a friend of Matt Nagy, I wouldn't want him to be, I wouldn't want him to have anything to do with Nagy. He does have a proven resume, though, which I won't get much into, but yeah, Big Ben looks terrible for the Steelers right now. Like, I honestly don't know why. I don't know why Big Ben didn't just retire last year. He's like, what, 42, 43? He's not Tom Brady, people. He's not putting up the numbers as Tom Brady is putting up. The Lions finally got a touchdown. It is 13-7 Ravens. 5 minutes left to go in that third quarter. (13-6) with 143 left to go in the third. As he will get the return, he will take a knee and get a touchback. Chiefs are up 17-14. Just as when you thought it was weird that the Chiefs were losing to the Chargers, they were just like, son. 17-14 with 3:35 left to go in that third quarter. Cardinals are losing to the Jaguars 19-10. There was that huge touchdown return. Matt Prater for the Cardinals tried to kick a 68-yarder. It was short, and they actually ran all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. So it was 109 yards. That was probably the craziest play I've ever seen. As Baker takes a snap, he is looking. He will find ODJ. And it will be about the 35-yard line, it looks like. So they will convert a first down. Like, honestly, if the Bears could do that very play on their first offensive part of their drive, then yeah, I would do it 100%. I would love that. But again, you're the Bears. And you're Matt Nagy with a room temperature IQ. Like, here we go. Mayfield takes a snap. He's got time. He will throw downfield. It is incomplete. It was out of bounds. He was trying to find OBJ again downfield. Odell Beckham Jr., baby. Yeah, Jalen Johnson's been on him all day. He's had 4 receptions at 62 yards apiece. So he's averaging just a little over 15 per catch, which is good. It's very good. But again, because the Bears have been double covering him, you know. Baker takes a snap. He throws to Kareem Hunt. He's got some blockage. He's still up. He gets a little bit more than what he should. He's at the 36-yard line in Bears territory. Kareem Hunt's been having a good game so far. Oh, and Kareem Hunt again will run to the outside about the 29-yard line in Bears territory. It looks like that will run out the end of the third quarter. Boy, man, this could be close. I mean, the Browns are going to get another field goal here, at least, because McLaughlin has had a really good game. I don't know, man. I don't know what else to say. It was just that first half that just kind of killed us. Even if this was the score at the half, 10-6, right? Like, they would be much more in it than, like, imagine they get another field goal here. It's only a 4-point game. You know, this is a very good defensive game for both sides. It really is. It's just the Bears' defense have been on the field way longer. So they're trying their hardest. It's just I don't know what else to say. It just comes down to that simplicity of football. It's just making the right plays. These commercials, man. I've seen these same commercials about 3, 4, 5 times. It's one of the most aggravating things about watching football all day is you just see the same commercial about 5 to 6 times each game. The best player on each team so far, I would say, for the Browns, Myles Garrett, and for the Bears, probably Robert Quinn, to be honest. I can't believe I'm saying that, but he's had 2 sacks. He led into, both players have had great defensive games. And it's just come down to what is the better offense. I've repeated myself, but it's just so crucial to these type of things. The Browns were taking over at the start of the fourth quarter here in Bears territory. He takes the snap. He's pressured. He's looking, throwing to the air. He looks like he's out of bounds. It will be 3rd and 3 for the Browns. He was trying to find OBJ again downfield, but he was just out of bounds. He did make the catch, however. Or I wouldn't even say it was a complete catch. He did bobble it a little bit as he was coming down, but he was out of bounds. It didn't matter. He couldn't get his feet in. The Cardinals take the lead on the Jaguars 23-19 at the end of the third quarter. As the Browns will try again, finding Kareem Hunt. He will get a block, and he will run, and he clears. And it looks like it will be a touchdown for the Browns. Kareem Hunt breaks several tackles. His just big size and mass is just absolutely insane. Very overlooked. As the Browns will get the second touchdown of the game. It is now 19-6, maybe 20-6 if McLaughlin makes the extra point, which I assume he would. But yeah, he broke several tackles. First at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, I mean, he broke number 95. He broke Eddie Jackson. Yeah, it was crazy. As the kick is up, and it's good. 20-6 Browns here to go. Whoops, my bad. Well, I mean, I knew the Browns were going to score, but again, just wish it wasn't a touchdown. I mean, if the Browns defense can play this good for like the whole year, they could be scary in the playoffs. They could actually like beat the Browns or beat the any other juggernaut in the AFC. Like the Browns lost to the Chiefs last year in the divisional round, mostly due to the lack of defense, and they added safeties through the draft and free agency. And yeah, this is they could be very scary going into the playoff. I mean, I would agree that they are a Super Bowl contender. I think they do. If they do get past the Chiefs and the Bills, they could beat really any team in the NFC. I think. The only team that would maybe have something to do with them are pretty much anyone from the NFC West, and maybe the Packers. But again, I don't know. The Packers have been playing very inconsistent, but again, it is the start of the season, just like every team does. They play very inconsistent. Yeah. This is very, very off-putting. We still have a whole fourth quarter to go. I don't even know if I can do it. This is just abysmal, man. Speaking of garbage play calling, the Jaguars. They did a flea flicker. And the O-line just collapsed, and Trevor Lawrence was thrown on his back foot. Jesus, man. And we think our O-line's bad? Sheesh. As the Browns will kick into the end zone. He will make a return. He will get past the 25-yard line. He'll be down at the 29. So technically a gain of 4 if you count touchbacks. Again, our goal at this point is to just keep the defense off the field. If we can get a touchdown, if we can respond with a touchdown, that'd be huge. And I mean like really quickly, like going downfield and getting some sort of momentum changer, some sort of energy. Because right now the energy is just pretty much dead. Fields will take the snap. He will throw. It is incomplete. He was trying to find Allen Robinson, and he was well covered. I think a lot of Bears fans that are Sox fans are waiting for the playoffs because at least that team is competitive. Fields, 2nd and 10. He takes the snap. Looking. Throws, finds Montgomery, but it is incomplete. It was just slightly out of his range. There is a flag, however. A late flag, actually. I don't know what it would be on. Is it a holding? Yeah, that looks like a hold, to be honest. Holding on Ward. Yep, holding on Denzel Ward. He was the person who kind of cut Allen Robinson off the last play. So that's huge. I mean, the only reason why we're in it is because of these damn penalties, dude. Fields takes the snap. Throws. What the Fields, my man, my dude. What the hell are these throws? They're super out of, like, 5 for 14. There is context behind that, but Jesus, like, oh, Lord. These Fields, there's overthrows, there's just dumb. I mean, he's fearing for his life. He's trying to get rid of the ball, but they're just really bad throws. Fields gives it to Montgomery. No, he fakes it. He's running to the outside. Gets about 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 6. Fields has only thrown 57 passing yards. That is god-awful. See, you can't say Fields played bad, but you also can't say Fields played good either. I get it. It's his rookie season. You know, obviously he's not going to play as good as he did in Ohio State. Jumping from college to professional is a big chase. And another incomplete pass right into a well-covered man. I don't get what Nagy is. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why are we throwing into double coverage? Why? Oh my God. This is pathetic. I'm a loss for words. I'm just so disgusted. I think after a play like that, this game is long over. Like, again, there's no momentum on the offensive side of the ball. None. It's because dumbass Nagy is doing the same exact plays. The same exact plays. Oh my goodness. I mean, we can at least just bounce back next week, play the Lions. The Lions, we all know they're garbage. Matt Nagy literally, I mean, is there a legitimate argument uh saying that Matt Nagy is like the worst play caller in the NFL? Like almost like worse than Jacksonville's play calling? Cuz at least Jacksonville has talent. Here we go. Browns take over on the 29-yard line. Baker's got time. He looks. He throws right to OBJ for a first down at the 40-yard line. 45? I didn't catch what yard marker that was. But Trevor Lawrence threw a pick six. I was just talking about Jacksonville. Byron Murphy Jr. with the return. As Nick Chubb will run for another first down. He's down at the 38. I don't mean to be a quitter, but I mean, you can't tell me you're looking at this game as much as I am. If you're watching this game being like, oh yeah, the Bears are still in it. You know, you can't say that. That is insane to argue. See, Bill Callahan, you know, is an offensive line coach for the Browns. Again, doing his job correctly. But if you have a main coach that's doing the job incorrectly, like it's just hard to fathom why he's still here. Again, it just goes to show that the ownership doesn't give a shit about the Bears. The McCaskies do not care. As long as they're making money, as long as they're fat, dumb, and happy. They don't care how they're playing, as long as they're making money. Like Ryan Pace was forced to draft Fields because if not, he would have been fired. I think he would have been fired if he didn't draft Fields. He's had really mediocre to terrible draft picks. As Nick Chubb takes it again, just short of another first down, it'll be 3rd and 1. 11:25 left to go. Honestly, the Browns just have to run the clock out at this point. Oh, they don't even have to throw anymore. Like, they can just run the clock. Yeah, you know the other crazy thing is how does a league where pretty much every rule favors the offense, but for some reason for Matt Nagy, it is so hard to find some sort of rhythm with that. It's just, yeah. Baker takes a snap. He throws. It is incomplete. The Browns honestly could just go for it at this point. It's a 4th and 2. Well, it might be too close to the midfield. They're like at the 40-something yard line or in their territory. Honestly, like, or in Bears territory. They could just go for it. As they will, it looks like they will do the delay of game to make room for the kicker. Or no, it looks like they're going to just call timeout. Okay. I think it's a solid GG. Like, the Browns have to horribly screw up. And I mean, they have to horribly screw up. Nagy is just, he's just something else, man. Oh, the Browns will make a field goal attempt here, 52 yards out. McLaughlin made a 57-yarder earlier, so this will be slightly easy on his part. As the kick is up, and it is good. 23-6, Browns. All right, allowing a field goal, a little bit of a dub. But, I mean, I think the Browns have scored on, I think they've scored on most of their possessions in the last couple of times. See, now that you're losing by 17 points, you can just say, hey, like, can we try doing something different? Can we try maybe having a run option, maybe having Fields run a little bit? Can we try throwing? Can we try going deep? Like, can we do something different? This is nuts. This is wild. Like, Bears Twitter right now is just, I'm hoping for at least a touchdown. If we can get a touchdown, I'm fine. It's just the same shit every year, man. The same shit. And I don't know why we have to keep having the same exact conversation every year. The offensive line, terrible. Montgomery takes it. He gets about one. It'll be a 2nd and 9. Can we stop running on a first down? It's just ridiculous, dude. Foles is trending on Twitter. This is just great. Fields takes the snap. He throws. It's incomplete. Once again, we're throwing into double coverage, bro. See, I see Bears fans on Twitter. It's like, what don't you get? If the Bears start Nick Foles, it's the same shit, people. It's the same coach. Like, what don't you guys get about this franchise? The problem is the coach, not the quarterback. Fields, whether it's a joke or not, it's just a really shitty joke because he's taken down by Myles Garrett again. Jesus Christ, I might just end the stream early. I'm not even kidding. I can't watch this shit, dude. Nick Foles is literally spotted on the sideline saying the offense just isn't working, quote unquote. Like, no shit, dude. Even Nick Foles sees it. I mean, honestly, if you want to put Foles in because Fields will just get hurt, maybe. The other thing is the Browns have a screen game. Sheesh, man. This is just pathetic. Myles Garrett is just continuing to sack because the offensive line is tissue paper. Like, Fields might be the next LeBron James. I'm not even kidding. He just won't get help because the management and the coaching will just not do anything until it's too little too late. Like, Myles Garrett is having a career high game right now. Like, honestly, if I was the Bears defense, I'd fake an injury. Because I'm not going back out there. This is frustrating. Anyways, in the news of the NFL, Chiefs are up 24-21 with 4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Cardinals are up 31-19 with 6 minutes left to go. Bills are up 36-14 with 11:49 to go. Titans are up 22-16 with 9:30 to go. Giants are up 14-7, 6 minutes left to go. 21-13 Saints. Bengals are up 24-10 on the Steelers. As Kareem Hunt will take it again, he will get a first down, and the Bears defense just looks like they've lost all hope and interest in this game. And quite frankly, I don't blame them because this game is unattainable. It is completely unattainable. And that's not me quitting. That's me being a reality. That's a reality check. But I don't want to hear anything about you. Like, I don't want to hear anything about the defense because you don't score 6 points and win. You don't. It's impossible. Baker Mayfield is 19 for 31, 246 yards, one passing touchdown. Good Lord. So I'm looking up White Sox tickets right now for the playoffs, and it's pretty much the same as a regular Wrigley Field game. As he's taken down, Myles Garrett's just a fantastic player. Let's be real here. He's had 4.5 sacks today. Just a career high. That is not only a career high, but it's a team record. It goes to show how bad your team is. As Nick Chubb will take it, he'll be down a 4th and 1 at the 20-yard line in Bears territory. Guys, I might just cut the stream here. Like, it's just an unattainable game, but I'm trying my hardest. I'm trying my hardest, like, to do this. It is ridiculous. I feel bad for Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olson who have to commentate this game. Like, there's just games, like, you just hate to call blowouts, you know, because it's so boring. You know, it's just like, Myles Garrett, Baker Mayfield. Nick Chubb will take it again. He will run for a first down at the 14-yard line. Honestly, Browns just run the clock out. Like, all the Browns have to do is run the clock out. I don't think the Bears are going to use their timeouts. Oh, he's taken down. Looks like they're putting in their bench defensive team because the Bears hunt number 93. Can I organize this by number? It's just a little annoying. Baker will take it on a 2nd and 16 at the 20-yard line. Give it off to Kareem Hunt. I actually almost went to this game. I'm not even kidding. Because I really wanted to go to a Bears game. I might go to the one in Detroit, but it's on Thanksgiving. I don't know if I want to do that. But I definitely want to go to an away game. Detroit might be my best option unless I want to drive to Pittsburgh or I think they have to play in, obviously Cleveland is the next closest. So unless I want to drive to like the West Coast, I probably would want to just do Detroit. I'm not going to Lambeau. Hell no. 3:53 left to go in the fourth quarter. Baker hands it off to Nick Chubb. He will run to the outside, get about 5-6 yards. It'll be 4th and 5, 4th and 6-ish, as the Bucks and Rams are getting ready to go here. Yeah, I'm actually like almost falling asleep. It's just this boring to me. Like you could put Tom Brady on the Bears quarterback position and he would still do jack shit because Tom Brady would basically just ignore all of Nagy's play calling at this point. Fourth and 6. It looks like is McLaughlin going to kick another field goal here? I wouldn't imagine why not. Just keep getting points. It looks like there's an injured player. Oh, it looks like the ref was taken down at the play there. Oh, Lord. Imagine reffing on that day. Yeah, he looks hurt pretty bad. It's just this game continues to get worse and worse for both sides. Wow, it looks like it was when he pushed him out of bounds, he ran right into the referee, and it looked like he like tore his knee or something. Not very good. So, my biggest takeaways from this game, as I've repeated myself probably many times, the offensive line still needs work. That offensive line is very inconsistent, as I've said. Excuse me. As I've said many times, it is very inconsistent. And again, as I said in the video, Fields needs protection. And when you don't protect him, what's the freaking point? So it looks like the ref was taken off the field. McLaughlin will get a 28-yarder here, as he will easily kick it in. 26-6 Browns, with just under a little over 3 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Again, biggest takeaways: offensive line still dog shit. Nagy needs to be fired for the 15th time. Like any other franchise, Nagy would have been fired. I'm not even kidding. Like, and everyone, a lot of Bears fans think we're competitive. We're not. With this system, just because we have Justin Fields doesn't mean it's going to fix everything. It means that we need to establish a better system to compete in the future. And when we don't have an offensive line, when we don't have a coach, like I stated in the video, what's the freaking point? Especially this year when you're up against two of the toughest divisions in the entire NFL. The entire NFL. Not just like the last few. No, the entire NFL. You're not beating the Packers. You may beat the Vikings. The Vikings are shit. But you may beat the Vikings and the Lions. But that's it. You're not beating the Packers, who are miles better than you. The only thing you have anything over the Packers is defense. But my biggest question is, why are we still competing? Why are we still competitive? Because we're not. Until Matt Nagy gets fired, and I would even go as far as say until the McCaskies are gone, because there were rumors in the offseason of them selling the team. I don't think it's going to happen. But until the McCaskies and Nagy are gone, nothing will change. This will be the same shit over and over again. This will be like Jay Cutler all over again. There is a reason why the Bears team seems cursed, why they can't seem to get a quarterback, why they can't seem to get any sort of offense whatsoever. It's literally because the ownership and the coaching has just been very bad. The best coach the Bears have had in the last 20 years is Lovie Smith. Other than that, you probably can't name me a coach better than that. I would even go as far as say even since the Super Bowl. Lovie Smith has been the best coach since the Super Bowl. In 85, 86 technically. But yeah, there needs to be changes in the office, in the front office, and in the actual field. Because if you are going to just continue to roll with this and continue to go with this mediocre play, not only are you going to get Justin Fields killed and you're going to ruin his career, but you're also going to pretty much waste an entire era of another Bears elite defensive squad. I wouldn't say the Bears are elite defensively this year. However, I would go as far and say that they are still a very good defense. They are still a top 10 defense easily. But again, you can't win a game scoring 6 points. You can't do it. No matter how hard you try. So it doesn't even matter what the defense does. If your offense is scoring 6 points a game, you have to change something. Fields takes the snap, throws to Montgomery in the pocket. He will run. He will get a first down here. Or he might be down before that. 3:30 left to go in the game here. Chargers and Chiefs are tied. I might have to tune into that real soon. It's very close. It's a minute 39. The Chargers have the ball in pretty much at the 50-yard line. Fields looks, finds Montgomery. It's incomplete. The Browns defense is just crazy. I honestly, if you have to play the Browns in the playoffs, it's not fun. It won't be fun, I'm telling you. Saints are up 28-13 on the Patriots in the 2-minute warning. That's a big turn of event. The Saints just absolutely smacking the Patriots. I'm guessing Jameis Winston's having a really good game again. Giants and Falcons are tied at 14. Gives the ball to Montgomery. No, he doesn't. He fakes it. Fields throws incomplete. 6 for 18, a 33% completion rate. Jay Cutler has 102 starts as a Bears quarterback compared to Trubisky's 50, Jim McMahon's 61, Jim Harbaugh's 65. Sheesh, man. This is just bad. Fields takes the snap, throws. It is complete? No, incomplete. It was a very tough angle there. The Chiefs might lose to the Chargers. Fields takes the snap. He's pressured by Myles Garrett again. He will probably receive another half sack there as he is taken down. It is a 4th and 10. The Browns are just having a field day. I can, yeah. It's just, oh, good. Good Lord. What the frick? He takes it, throws. It is complete. As the Browns are just going to burn the clock out and end this travesty of a game. He takes us down. Oh, Baker Mayfield's not even in the game. As it looks like Kareem Hunt will run it and just burn the clock out to the 2-minute warning. Again, we need to fix something. This is a big wake-up call. And I don't know how anyone, like, it is still really hard to fathom why Matt Nagy is still here. It's just really hard to fathom that because like I said, any other franchise would look at this and be like, this coach isn't working. He isn't working. But again, when you have a team that just straight up doesn't give a shit whatsoever, it's just how it works, man. How it works. I'm just a loss for words. I'm sick of repeating myself. I'm sick of just saying the same shit over and over again. Dude, how are tickets that cheap? That is crazy. All right. The same commercials, bro. So it's 3:00 here. Like, I don't even know what to say. I'm lost for words. This is the fewest in a Chicago game since 1981. I mean, hats off to you, Cleveland. I'm actually looking forward to seeing this team in the playoffs. Because, I mean, they're going to make the playoffs. I mean, look at these dominant performances they've had these last few weeks. But again, we need to establish the problems. We need to look at it and be real with ourselves. I'm not talking about being like, oh, Nagy this. Because, like, obviously it's Nagy, but we need to be real with ourselves. Fields did not have a good game. Fields had a very mediocre at best. Like, I'm talking about just overall, because again, you could say it's the play calling, which I think everyone can agree with, but you also have to acknowledge that the play calling, it's not just the play calling, it's more of just, Fields had terrible throws. Like, almost as bad as Trubisky. Yeah. So, I think I'm just going to end the stream here. It was fun while it lasted, guys. Week 3, Cleveland Browns 26, Chicago Bears 6. Browns will improve to 2-1. Chicago Bears will improve to 1-2. Well, I guess improve is not the right word. But the Bears will play the Lions next week in week 4. I'm probably going to be around to do that. Hopefully. Again, I was busy last week. I had a busy weekend. Wasn't even in town. But I hope to do the Bears and Lions because that would at least be a more evenly matched game. Because, Jesus Christ, this was the most horrific football game I've seen in a long time. All right. I will catch you guys later.